Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, is it too late for another Simpsons movie?
Also, is the Cracker Barrel outrage real?
All that and more on the way next. The Major League Baseball playoffs get started, and we're both super fired up because we actually have skin in the game, Allie.
Yeah, we both do. Your Red Sox are playing today. My Guardians are playing today. Also, the Cincinnati Reds are playing today. It's just an exciting... I mean, we both are huge baseball fans, but the fact that both of our teams are in makes it even, more exciting for us.
It is going to be really cool, too, because definitely for today and tomorrow, these are best of 3 series, so some games will go on Thursday as well. But today and tomorrow, you get baseball starting at 1 Eastern, and it will go all the way through into the night.
Yes.
Because there's 4 games, and they all start at like 3-hour intervals. So, yeah, it's just a marathon of playoff baseball, which is so exciting. I think we should give our picks for... We both. You can hear more about this in yesterday's episode of the RadioU Podcast. We both, at the beginning of the season, picked the Phillies to make the World Series.
Yes.
And I also picked the Red Sox to make the World Series. So our World Series picks are still intact.
Yes.
From the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I picked the Phillies to win. You picked the Boston Red Sox to win.
Right, over the Phillies. So what about this first round, though, where the Phillies have a bye? Obviously, I'm taking the Red Sox over the Yankees. I think that's just a given. Even if I wasn't a Red Sox fan, they're just so much better than the Yankees are. They beat them so many times.
Yeah, I am a little nervous about Max Fried because Max Fried's got great stats against the Red Sox from this season. But hey, it's all zeros when you start in the playoffs.
And he can only pitch so much.
Yeah, he only has one game.
Eventually, the Yankees have to go to their bullpen,
right,
which is not good.
Right, and the Yankees still have to beat Garrett Crochet, who's going for the Red Sox today. So it's a really huge pitching matchup. That's what we're going to see across the board from all 4 of these games. So let's go down the list and say who we think is going to win the series.
Okay.
So we got Detroit, Cleveland starting us off today.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Cleveland.
Guardians.
Okay.
We didn't say the same word, but we picked the same
But
team.
we picked the same team.
Yeah, I don't think the Tigers, I think they're Tarek Skubal and not much else.
Yeah.
Which is their star pitcher. And then the Guardians, they're playing hot. The Tigers, I think they're in their own heads at this point. And I don't know, even if they were in the right space mentally, I don't think they're very good. So
yeah, and Progressive Field is going to be really hopping.
Yeah,
so,
that's a good point.
Even though it'll be 1 p.m., those fans will be there. All right, San Diego, Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago Cubs, that is.
3, 2, 1. Padres.
Cubs. Whoa, Padres.
It's crazy how we're in the playoffs and I don't really like either of these teams that much. But I don't think the Cubs have a lot of pitching, and the Padres do. It's not as good as it should have been, but I just kind of feel like the Padres are a little better.
Well, the reason I picked the Cubs is because I feel like their starting pitching has been a little bit better. You got Matthew Boyd going today. He's been a little more consistent. He was a part of that Guardians team last year that made it to the ALCS. And the Padres have had a little bit of an iffy starting pitching sometimes. And so that's why I'm going with the Cubs there. But I do think that series is a little more of a wash. I know people were thinking Detroit-Cleveland was more of a wash. I think that's going to be the closer series.
Yeah, definitely. And what about Reds-Dodgers? 3, 2, 1, Dodgers.
I'm so sad. I want the Reds to win. I would love it if they could do that in advance. I think we both have a through line with this team because they have Tito. They've got Terry Francona.
Yeah.
And we both love Tito. He was part of the Boston Red Sox for a long time, part of Cleveland for a really long time. And so I'm so excited for him and the Reds and Reds fans. I'm cheering for them so hard.
Yeah,
but I just think it's
it'd be fun if the Reds could advance, but and maybe they can challenge the Dodgers. I mean, it's playoff baseball. There's not going to be a lot of blowouts. It's going to be close. There's going to be a lot of tension, but I just don't think the Dodgers just have so many more hitters.
They've got so much more to go for with the offense, but I will say if they can win a game, it's today. They got Hunter Green on the bump.
Yeah. Okay, I obviously picked the Red Sox. Are you picking the Red Sox?
Yes, I'm picking the Red Sox.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. Looking forward to the playoff baseball starting today. Allie, this is, I'm not going to say confusing, but a little surprising to me. A new Simpsons movie is coming to theaters.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday on I think either my Instagram or Facebook feed, and I was like, whoa, I had no clue that this was even in the works.
And I didn't realize that it had been so long since the only other Simpsons movie had been released. We're talking about 20 years ago.
Yeah, July 27th, 2007.
2007, so 20 years apart. We're getting a Simpsons movie sequel.
Yeah, because this new one's going to be coming out in the summer of 2027. So literally almost exactly 20 years apart to the day, I think.
Now, there are reasons that this makes sense to me, which I'll get to in a few. But what's just confusing is just how The Simpsons works. As in, they made a movie in 2007 that even at that time it was a big deal. But I still feel like it felt like it was much later than they should have made a movie, based off of The Simpsons' popularity. And now, it's really, really well after The Simpsons continues to be on the air. They continue to make new episodes, but it feels like nobody even thinks about The Simpsons anymore.
I don't. I've definitely not watched The Simpsons in years.
Yeah, I haven't watched new episodes in a long time. I still will flip on some of the old classics on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But I haven't watched new episodes in quite some time. And I don't even know if The Simpsons is the most popular of the shows that are in the Fox animation block on Sundays.
I was going to say, for me, the one I watch right now is Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
I love Bob's Burgers, and I actually like it a lot more than The Simpsons. I never really got onto The Simpsons craze, but maybe I just missed its heyday. I don't know. But for me, the cartoons I grew up watching were not The Simpsons. It was other shows. But then as I've become an adult and watched some more cartoon shows that were more made for adults, the one that I've gravitated to has been Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, which got its own movie.
Yes.
But now here's why I do think The Simpsons sequel makes sense.
Okay.
Is because I have a really hard time imagining it's just a safe thing to put out. You put out a Simpsons. I mean, this show is still on the air.
Yeah.
And a movie is a bigger deal than the show. It's just the kind of thing that so many people have familiarity with that
it has a guaranteed fan base.
Yeah, there's just people that are going to go see it. Is it going to make the most money of any movie ever? No, but I just feel like it's guaranteed to have a decent opening weekend. It'll make its money back.
It may not hit a home run, but it'll hit a double.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a real percentage play to put out another Simpsons movie. But it is crazy the longevity. I mean, 2027. That's you're getting close to. That's 35 years. Close to 40 since The Simpsons debuted.
Yeah, it's wild if you actually go back and think about how long The Simpsons has been around.
Yeah. So if The Simpsons movie if a sequel is coming out in 2027, that probably means a Family Guy movie is coming in 2035, maybe, based off of this timeline.
Have they ever made a Family Guy movie?
No, not one that was in theaters.
Okay.
So it's a matter of time.
Yeah, it's coming.
Last night, Monday Night Football, it was a doubleheader. Not much to write home about, though.
Nope.
The Broncos blew out the Bengals, and the other game was two 0-3 teams, the Dolphins and Jets. It did come with one unfortunate headline, and that was Tyreek Hill, star receiver for the Dolphins, suffered a brutal leg injury.
Absolutely devastating.
They believe he dislocated his knee. What does that even mean?
I don't think you need to even believe that. You saw it. You saw that he dislocated his knee.
He dislocated something. His entire leg.
If you are a Browns fan, you have seen this before because this happened to Nick Chubb a couple years ago. An absolutely devastating knee injury, which was really sad for Nick Chubb because he'd already had the same thing happen to him when he played for Georgia. This looked almost exactly the same, where it's just a very unnatural bend to the knee. It's looking in a direction it shouldn't be, and you just have to almost look away. It's just so awful. And so I'm praying for Tyreek Hill with the recovery process for this because it's just a brutal injury.
His foot was facing backwards.
Yeah.
Thanks
for describing it.
Yeah. Did you actually watch the video of it or saw the pictures?
I did. I saw the video of the injury.
When injuries like this happen, do you try to see, when everybody's freaking out, when this happened? I wasn't even watching the game, But when I started seeing like notifications about it, I was like, okay, what happened? And I have to see the injury the first time. I need to see what the big deal is.
I was watching the game live, so I saw it live. And I also, it's giving me flashbacks because I'm a Browns fan. I saw this with Nick Chubb a couple years ago. Saw it with Gordon Hayward in a huge game with the Boston Celtics and Cleveland Cavaliers to start the NBA season several years ago. It's just, I hate that I've seen these all live because it's just like so unexpected. And it's horrific. It's a terrible thing to see.
Yeah.
It's true. People, the texts start coming in. Like, did you see Tyreek Hill or whatever?
And you get a notification.
Everybody has to go watch it.
Yeah, and it's like I am squeamish. I don't like I can't watch a lot of horror movies and like even some like action movies. I feel like I have to turn away,
right?
Because I'm wincing at what's happening,
right?
And I did the same thing for this, but at the same time, I was like, I need to see what happened. I need to see it with my own eyes.
It's
what everybody's freaking out about.
It's not a good thing. So definitely don't go watch it. Like, I mean, the best way I can describe it to people is like if you've seen the latest season of Stranger Things, what Vecna does to people. Ugh. That's kind of what this looked like.
Yeah, so it's you feel bad for Tyreek Hill. The good news is now he doesn't have to play for the Dolphins anymore.
Oh, Hudson. They got to win. They got to win.
They're probably not going to get many more without him. Not that they were winning a lot with him, but good luck in his recovery.
Yes.
It's going to take a while. McDonald's is bringing something special back that has not been a part of McDonald's for about 10 years.
Okay.
It's not a menu item. It's Monopoly.
Oh, really?
McDonald's Monopoly is rearing its head once again. This was a big memory for a lot of people, so I think they're really playing on nostalgia. But I'm glad this is pointed out here because I was pretty sure there was a documentary about how the Monopoly was kind of a scam as well.
I was going to say, wasn't it a scandal? Like, because it wasn't actually going to give you $1 million or $10 million, whatever the big prize was, that was totally fake.
I think some of it was, I never watched the documentary, but I do, I'm pretty confident.
I think they got sued over it.
Yeah, I think it was proven to be some kind of big scandal. So, there was not completely all above board.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's not the case this time, as McDonald's is bringing Monopoly back starting on October 6th. So that'll be next week. It'll be for a limited time where you're actually going to be able to participate in McDonald's Monopoly every time you order. Most of it is going to take place in the app as opposed to back in the day where like you would order fries or a drink and it would have these little sticker kind of things you would peel off.
And put on a board.
You could put it on a board, or sometimes it would just be like, you want a free large fry or whatever it was, which is so exciting.
So exciting.
I don't know anybody that tried to collect all the pieces of the board, which I think is part of the scandal of like, maybe that was impossible.
Well, I think, that's what happened is people either had collected all of them and found out that they weren't actually getting anything or they just couldn't do it. So,
but now it'll all be tracked in the app, although there will still be some things that you can peel off of your food items.
Okay.
And I mean that in a Monopoly sense, not when they mess up your order.
Yeah.
You were in Zambia for a lot of time as a child. So did you ever experience McDonald's Monopoly?
I did, because we would still visit the United States every couple of years. And so I do remember coming to the U.S. during one time when the Monopoly thing was happening. I never got to really get involved with it because we were only here for a few months. But I do remember when it was happening, and I remembered seeing how the controversy played out when people realized, okay, wait, actually, we're not winning anything.
Yeah. I mean, they did, like I said, you could win free food.
Yeah. But the big prize, because that's why everybody played it.
Yeah.
It was a Monopoly. You wanted to win the big prize, which was like, I think $1 million or something.
I think it's actually surprising that anybody paid enough attention to go, wait a minute, I can't actually win, because there's so many contests you take place in all the time.
I mean, if somebody,
that you get signed up for and you never think about it again after you sign up.
Right. But if somebody's going to sue McDonald's over a hot coffee spill, they're certainly going to sue them if they're promoting this big prize giveaway and they don't actually give it away.
I just can't believe anybody paid that much attention.
There's
that
always
was tracking
there's
that
so
much.
many people in the world.
Like
there's
if you spill coffee, you know you spilled coffee.
I know, but there's so many people in the world. There's at least a few that are going to pay attention if McDonald's actually follows through on something they say they're going to do or not.
I guess in a way they did wind up winning.
Why?
Because
How?
they got money.
Oh, you mean the
from
person that
suing
sued?
McDonald's.
Yeah, 100%. That's why they do it. It's because they can win some money.
In other words, we should also, even if this is a scam, we should still play because maybe we could sue them one day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. They are giving away some big prizes. 1 million.
Supposedly, I feel like we should add.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 million American Airlines miles, a new Jeep Grand Cherokee, and a $1 million cash prize for one lucky player.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see about that.
Exactly. I'm a
We
wait
shall
and see
see.
type of girl with this McDonald's. I'm a little wary.
But
now.
if you do win that $1 million from eating at McDonald's, or if you do one day get a nice cash payout from suing McDonald's for not giving you $1 million, keep us in mind.
Yes.
In
Want to
fact,
give that to some of us?
today, you could even help out Radio U, even if you haven't come into, even if there wasn't a bank error in your favor. Imagine being on this flight. You're going from Milan, Italy to London in the UK. And not too long after taking off, you wind up having to get diverted. You're going to have to land again
Okay.
because a couple passengers started eating their passports.
Oh, no. Why?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would anybody ever do that?
Yeah, what's the point of eating your passport? Are they trying to conceal their identity?
I mean, it would be a little too late after you already got on. Like, they got onto the plane.
Well, I don't know if
presumably
they're
using those passports.
They're clearly not using, their right mind. They're not in their right mind. You know what I mean? They're eating their passports.
I feel that this is what I imagine is it's like a scene from a movie, probably a stoner comedy where a couple of bumbling fools, maybe they have gotten a little stoned, and one of them has some kind of strange realization as soon as they sit down on the plane, like, oh no, what are we gonna do when we land? We're gonna have to. I don't know. It'd be so
There's
convoluted.
There's no rationale for it.
No, right.
Yeah, there's no reason. And
But
also,
one certainly had to egg on the other because it was two individuals.
But it does say here one of them tried to eat it, and the other one tried to hightail it to the bathroom to flush it down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just trying to get rid of their passport any way they could. That's real fishy. Maybe they were fake passports.
Maybe.
They were committing fraud.
Why would you, if you had a fake passport, and you're like, okay, I've got to dump this somehow now that I've used it to get on this plane. Now what am I going to do with it? You'd probably want to play it cool and not start eating it in front of other passengers or making a big scene.
You would think they were definitely making a big scene, which is why they said the flight, like, overall freaked out. They probably thought this was like some type of attack. These people were going to do something insane. There's a bomb on the plane. Who knows? And so everybody started just freaking out, which is why the plane got diverted, ended up landing in Paris, France. And then these two men got arrested.
It was a Ryanair flight. It's probably just normal for them.
I've never even heard of Ryanair. What's Ryanair?
It's like the Frontier or Spirit Airlines of Europe, I believe.
Well, we've already talked about my Frontier experience. So if it was that bad, then I kind of understand why these men were eating their passports.
Yeah, I'm sure they were criminals of some kind.
Yes.
They just weren't good they weren't even. This might be their first time criminaling, and so
they're like, "What do we do now?
Yeah,
we don't know what to do."
The plan was very cockamamie, half baked. They did not think it all the way through.
No, they didn't.
To say the least. And here's the thing, is ripping out a page of your passport and eating it on a plane a crime? Like, was this all diverted?
It's probably just because they caused panic.
At the end of the day, they just got left off the plane and were stuck in France because now their passports are all messed up, but they didn't even technically do anything wrong.
Right.
Maybe that was all a part of the plan, was to get it diverted to France, where then they could continue on with whatever they were trying to do.
That is a very convoluted plan.
It's not as cockamamie and half-baked as it seems. I think I promised we would never talk about this again, but Cracker Barrel.
Oh, boy.
Remember how, of course, everyone remembers a couple weeks ago, Cracker Barrel was the top news story in the country for making everybody upset by changing their logo, changing their interiors. Since then, they backed off of that. But should they have? Because a new study has been done that found that when Cracker Barrel made the announcement to change their logo, a high percentage of all of the commentary online regarding Cracker Barrel was bots. It wasn't actual people talking about Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. At the beginning,
it
says.
This was done
within the first 24 hours of the logo announcement.
In the first 24 hours since they announced they were changing the logo, Peak Metrics found that about 45% of all mentions of Cracker Barrel were flagged as likely or higher bot activity.
But here's the thing, Hudson. I don't care if it was 99%. The logo didn't need to change. I don't care. It got it done, so by whatever means necessary, in my opinion.
It does. When I'm looking at the total numbers, there was 52,000 posts in the first 24 hours.
Made on X.
So when you see that does seem like there's no chance 52,000 people care enough about Cracker Barrel to all post something about their logo announcement.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot. But at the same time, the bots, didn't randomly choose Cracker Barrel as like a thing to start to be posting about. The bots are posting about Cracker Barrel in response to real people posting about Cracker Barrel enough for it to be a trend or a topic that the bots would have interest in.
Right.
Because the bots are just reacting
They're just following the trend.
What it thinks people are looking at as a way to get in front of people's eyeballs. So I think this doesn't discount the Cracker Barrel thing. And it doesn't make it right that Cracker Barrel changed their logo or that they should go back.
I'm kind of joking, by the way, by saying that whatever means necessary. Obviously, bots are a problem online. But what I mean is I still think the outcome was okay. I think it was the right move by Cracker Barrel because I do think the outrage, even if at the beginning had been amplified by bots, I do think it was still real. I still saw so many people I know, including us, that were very unhappy with this remodel and change in the logo.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with bots for us.
No.
We were definitely ahead of this. And but what about this? What about this galaxy brain idea? What if Cracker Barrel, this was the plan all along, and so they are the ones with the bots that were like, we're going to roll out a horrible logo, we're going to get some people, that's going to make some people upset, and then we're going to get bots to amplify this trend so much so that every news organization in the country has to be talking about Cracker Barrel. Boom, advertising campaign.
I mean, if they did that, it kind of worked, but also kind of backfired on them because they still lost over $100 million in 24 hours in stock value. So did they want to do that?
It's going to bounce back. They were a dying company. They were flailing otherwise. I think Nathan Fielder could have been behind this.
I mean,
he engineered an all-timer right here.
But to lose $100 million in stock value in 24 hours means you had to have that $100 million to lose. So they weren't flailing.
This is going to set them up for future success.
I mean, I hope that this decision does make them successful, but I don't think they were behind it.
They were just going to be like Red Lobster, slowly drifting into oblivion. Aww. And if it wasn't for this advertising campaign, who knows where they'd be.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.